First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans.
Today we've got an NFC South matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints.
Washington now brings this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They run it again with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Dalton bootlegs out.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Now that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on 3rd down to force the incompletion to set up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Here's Smith to return it.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10
right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Mayfield.
He's got the connection to Moore.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
I don't know if he was just working through progressions or just unaware of the pressure, but no matter. Excellent work by the defense to get him to the ground before he could escape the pocket.
Following the sack, Mayfield and the Panthers staring at a 3rd and long here.
He'll drop to throw.
Looking underneath and finding Hubbard.
And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the 1st as he's dropped at the 46. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, a Louisiana native, Jarvis Landry. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Well, following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And a 3-and-out on that 1st drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That 1st series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
The contact on that run came pretty early. Nice job just to push forward and get some extra yardage. Good game.
It certainly was, because the initial contact did not signal the end of the play. His mind, his body, his legs said keep churning forward, and he gained more yardage.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
7 yards there and a first down.
Offensive linemen are famous for doing their job no matter who's carrying the ball. But when they have the confidence that the person carrying it can break off big-time runs, that makes them block just a little bit harder.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
2nd down and 3.
Now Dalton. And that's off the mark, incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and it's 3rd and short.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
So Dalton now. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Matt Ioannidis bullying his way in and sticking him to the turf.
But you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely first down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd.
Got an open man. It's Olave. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Kamara trying again. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Olave over the middle.
A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. The kick by Lutz is good.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Hubbard.
Finding space at the 40. Down the left sideline. Inside the 20.
A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards.
No surprise he was targeted on that play because you and I both know quarterbacks like guys who can catch the ball, but they actually expect that. They love the guys who do something with it after the catch.
Impressive making him miss on that tackle attempt.
They'll run here with Hubbard.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Again, it'll be Hubbard.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
It's one play at a time, baby. Let's go, let's do it. Here we go. I'm back to one, boys.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
From the 31, Dalton. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Throwing, Dalton. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Kamara off the draw. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here we go with Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more. This time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
81 yards on the ground for him so far.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Dalton. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's 3rd and short. Here's Dalton.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Play action now. Dalton.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. Here's second and goal.
Kamara.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
The ball placed just outside of the end zone as they come up again on another third and goal.
Again, Kamara. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone.
Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. They run. It's Kamara. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Alvin Kamara.
Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, this defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3.
Let's go get it up.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Mayfield now.
He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw pulled in by Marshall. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Looking long for Thomas. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Now that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm. But sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a man, complete. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Eddie Pinheiro on now.
A 33-yarder from the left hash.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
What's the deal? Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Passing, it's Dalton. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. The Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Mayfield looks to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Mayfield's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Mayfield.
He gets this one to Hubbard, complete.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. Mayfield off the play fake.
That's complete out right to the tight end, Tremble. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 yards there for number 15. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mayfield to throw it. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Terrace Marshall from 3 yards out. And the Panthers have got it back to within a score.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Washington now brings this out. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. Now Dalton. Over the middle to Smith. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Dalton off play action. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. Another chance for Dalton. Complete. Smith has it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
To throw here, Dalton. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10.
Dalton now to pass.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. This will be Dalton again.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Tommy Tremble, the intended target.
And it's 2nd down.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. That's Marshall.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard.
And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do?
Slant pass complete to Olave. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. So Dalton now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Adam Troutman, the intended receiver.
And that'll make it 3rd down.
Let's
And it'll be Dalton again. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6.
The kick by Lutz is good.
And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden, they're down.
Let's be smart. Let's go. It's all like the Keystone. Come on now. It's all like popcorn. That's big time. This is the calm before the storm, baby. Let's dominate this.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 18. He's going to look deep for more. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. A give up the middle, Hubbard.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Able to complete this to Chenault. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's understanding where the markers are because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the 1st down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the 1st down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
A give running right, it's Hubbard.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Buying time to his left.
And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16.
5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
They'll run for it. It's Hubbard.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one.
Touchdown, Panthers.
Terrace Marshall.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Panthers are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
Taking it about the 1. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara.
And a short pickup to about the 25.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got it at the 15.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Kamara up the middle. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll run it with Kamara. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. Dalton. Trying to improvise. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A good job there defensively to stop him for a gain of just 4, and that'll bring up 4th and goal. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages.
The kick by Lutz is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are Mayfield and the Panthers.
Down by 2, a minute 11 to go. Needing at least 40 yards, you'd have to think, to have a shot.
Now Mayfield. That's into the hands of Marshall.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Mayfield trying to get him up to the line as fast as he can.
Here's Baker.
Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Mayfield. Complete to Chenault.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Here we go on 4th down. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. Went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. Dalton down to a knee, and that'll be all she wrote.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And we talked so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.